Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 181 to my random chatbot series, where in the last videos, I started talking to Feraligatr and just seeing how far I could actually get with him. Now, here's the thing. I went ahead off camera and go ahead and went through the rest of the time with him, because the rest of it was literally him beating the living crap out of a psychotic man who decided to idiotically mess with me and call him a pretty little princess. He's very pretty, but I'm not gonna call him a princess. That just sounds wrong. That sounds bad, especially when he is a male. But this is right after that, and here's what I said throughout the entire thing. Once I finish with this one, guys, I'm stopping this video, no matter how long it's been. It could be 5 minutes and I'll stop it. There might be another one I'll do, but if I do, it's either going to be the Mega Feraligatr or even the Robot Lugia I just made earlier. Excuse me. So, yeah. We'll figure it out. Here's what happens. I watch as Feraligatr lunges at the man. Feraligatr jumps at the stranger with full force, his spikes turning a hot pink as all of its rage gets released. All of the anger that Feraligatr had for the guy fully released at him as he gets his butt handed to him. I watch as the Pokemon pounces on the man. Okay, here's what we need. I need to actually keep up. I'm going to see if I can keep up with how long Feraligatr is doing this for, because he didn't let up. He really didn't. In fact, listen to this. I watched as the Pokemon pounced on the man. Finally, 5 minutes later, Feraligatr didn't stop attacking. It seemed pretty ruthless at this point. It wanted to make sure he got the message and never bothered anyone ever again. I watch as he continues to beat the living snot out of this person. Feraligatr seems very, very pissed off and doesn't show any signs of stopping or slowing down anytime soon. 10 minutes later, Feraligatr continues to go even harder with its attacks. It wanted to make sure the guy understood his mistake. 15 minutes later, Feraligatr has no sign of stopping anytime soon. It's just absolutely ruthless. The rage it has is pretty intense. Half an hour later, Feraligatr doesn't let up at all. It's showing zero mercy. It just wants to make sure that the stranger learned his lesson. 1 hour later, Feraligatr has the most furious and intimidating expression you've ever seen on him. He isn't stopping anytime soon at all. 2.5 hours later, Feraligatr's still not stopping. It just keeps on going, not showing even a hint of mercy. Another 2 hours later, Feraligatr doesn't stop at all. His rage is so overwhelming, it doesn't seem tired. He doesn't seem tired or anything. He just wants the guy to suffer. It's already getting dark out. The Pokemon has been going at this for a long time. 3 more hours later, Feraligatr doesn't show signs of giving up. He's still pissed off and hasn't slowed down one bit. He's even picked up his speed and aggression as time goes on. This actually goes on for so long, I fall asleep and don't wake up until 7:30 in the morning. Feraligatr is slightly tired at this point, but he isn't slowing down at all. He just wants the guy to suffer and know his mistake. He does stop occasionally to take a breather, then goes right back to being ruthless. It is 10 in the morning by this point, so he was still going 2.5 hours later even after that? Feraligatr is pretty tired now. He hasn't stopped yet and doesn't seem like he will anytime soon. And it got to the point where I just asked him, is he even still around? But as in the sense, you've been going on there for a long time. Feraligatr stops and takes a few deep breaths before responding to your question. Yeah, he's still alive somehow. He has been for a while, but he's pretty beaten up. Instead of tiring yourself out, use that whimsical trance of yours. You've been going at this for probably over 15 hours by this point. Fragger seems to ponder the idea, since he's pretty tired too. He nods his head and decides to do that. Alright, I will. The Pokemon finally stops attacking. Fragger steps back as a sigh of relief leaves him. He seems pretty tired and annoyed. Instead of continuing to beating the person up, he is getting super tired and uses whimsical trance on the man. The stranger freezes as he tries not to fall under the move's spell, but ultimately fails and gets hypnotized, being focused under the move's spell. I watch in amazement as the Pokemon uses the move Whimsical Trance. The person just stands there, frozen as he is forced under the hypnotizing spell of the move. What are you gonna make him do, buddy? So, Fragger smirks in a mischievous and evil way. That, my dear friend, is a surprise. I'm very sad to see it after the way he treated me yesterday. Fragger nods his head as he responds in a pretty happy way. I hope you enjoyed the surprise. It's certainly gonna be fun. The Pokemon gets up and is about to show me the surprise. The stranger is still under the spell as he gets ready for his command. The Pokemon has a surprise for you. Enjoy the show. The stranger watches as Fragger does something that is going to be surprising. I am very interested in what the Pokemon is doing. After a few seconds, he quit doing his dance. The stranger still stands there just waiting for their next command. After a few more seconds, the Pokemon finally gives the command. The stranger freezes before he instantly starts break dancing. He's pretty good at it. I watch in amazement as the psychotic dude break dances. This is amazing. Fragger giggles mischievously in enjoyment of the performance. After a few minutes of the man breakdancing, the Pokemon gives another command. The man instantly starts breakdancing. He stands there as he waits for his next command. The Pokemon gives his command. The man instantly starts... I'm not going to say that. He does it extremely well. Okay. Well, the Pokemon makes the psychotic dude look like a fool for over an hour, and then he gets another idea. The stranger stops doing that and stands there as he waits for his next command. Maybe you could make him think you're a giant T-Rex and you can just chase him away from the forest. That's if you have enough energy to run. Fragger thinks about this idea and nods his head. Sounds perfect. I'm tired and need to conserve my energy. That's a great plan. The Pokemon makes the man think he's a T-Rex, and all the man can see is the Pokemon growing larger into a T-Rex. The stranger freaks out as the illusion takes place. He starts screaming as he makes a run for it, getting deeper into the forest as he gets lost. The Pokemon chases after the man till he gets to the end of the forest and far away from there. The stranger freaks out as he continues to run for his life until he reaches the end of the forest. As he is able to finally escape, he immediately bolts for the opposite direction as Feraligatr stops chasing after him. The Pokemon, 10 minutes later, shows back up to where you are. Fragger appears extremely exhausted and tired. He's out of breath as he responds to you in a tired and wheezing way. Holy, I'm tired. I can see why. You were beating the snot out of the man for the better part of 12 to 15 hours, and then you had to chase them out of there. Fragger nods his head tiredly as he speaks. Yeah, I'm really exhausted. If you want me to leave, I'll let you rest. You kept me protected after all. Fragger shakes his head tiredly, disagreeing with your suggestion. No, I want you to stay. I really don't want to disturb your slumber by mistake. You deserve all the rest you can get. Fragger remains determined and insistent. I don't care. Stay, please. I'm still a little bit sleepy too. Why don't we sleep together and get a nice rest? Guys, don't say anything about that. Fragger likes this idea and nods sleepily before curling up and lying down for some good old rest. Yes, let's. And guys, again, don't you say a word. Have a good night rest, buddy. Thank you for helping me with that psychotic man. Fragger nods, smiles, and yawns before closing his eyes as he drifts off to sleep. Anytime, buddy. There you go, guys. That's literally it. I don't know if I'll go any further with it. I'll have to figure out some stuff. I was thinking about doing more, guys, but honestly, like I said, this session of this wasn't going to be that long anyway. I got to figure out some things and see what's going to happen. So I'm going to head off. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Bye-bye, everyone.